Uh, Welcome to Smartly Uneducated, everybody. I'm your lovely host, Ben. And I'm joined by my awesome co-host, The Wiz.
Yeah, you can just call me Evan today, everybody. Wiz, Evan, don't matter. I have a name, you can use it. I have a nickname, you can use it. I don't know. I'm going with that.
I have a nickname, you can use it. It's a real nickname.
I have a hand, you can shake it. I want to shake your hand. I want to shake your hand.
Oh, wow.
You ever seen that guy in the airplane trying to shake that guy's hand?
I had that one dude try to shake that guy's hand.
No, there's this guy in a plane who's really uppity. He's like super excited, and there's one fella that's causing a fit, getting him kicked off the plane. He says, "I want to shake your hand."
I want to shake your hand.
He's pissed off. I love it. That's how I'm gonna be whenever I meet my firstborn child. I did get a haircut.
That's
one
tight.
Luke cunt.
I love that.
look at the fresh cut, dude. Yeah, I got it.
Look at that.
I got it trimmed up. Not wearing a hat today. It's the first time in a long time.
It's a clean cut, dude.
Yeah. So as normal, everybody, hello in the internet space. We are live on every station that you can hear us. We're on Kick, X, Instagram, YouTube. Go pick your favorite platform. Message us.
Yeah.
Say hello. Give us a nice little follow and a like and a share and tell everybody about it. It takes a village, they say, right? It takes a village to get people to understand the levity of how important our show is for the world.
Yeah, dude, it's so important.
You say that with sarcasm, and I feel pissed off.
Dude, it's so important. Like, no one had any idea how important
What a way
it
to
was.
start the energy in the show, dude.
You're welcome. I've tried really hard. You know.
He knows. I know. But yeah, so I got a nice new haircut. It's a beautiful 100 degrees here in Texas. Blue skies, no weather going around. It's a lovely Friday evening, 7 o'clock. It's going to hit like 75 degrees here. It's going to be muy delicioso.
Muy delicioso.
Going Italian
yeah.
hand and Spanish.
Yeah.
A little confusing of the ethnicities there.
Yeah.
And as always, we start the show off with a little bit of news, a little bit of things going on in the world, things that happen in our day-to-day life. We have an interesting show for you today. Ben brought up vampire aliens, which I don't know anything about, and I'm
you shouldn't.
very, very curious about
dude,
this.
Vampire aliens.
But
they're real.
Everybody knows this past week, if you're listening to this in the future, hello, future you. Tune in every Friday. We are live. We're probably live when you're listening to this. So,
yeah, dude.
That being said, yesterday they passed a bunch of bills in Congress while everyone's looking to the right about these Epstein files. A lot of really crazy things are going on in our world right now. It's very interesting around cryptocurrency and all this stuff. They passed the Genius Act, which simply means, hey, you're wicked smart.
Yeah, we get to that.
So I asked Grok if they can explain it to me like I'm 10 years old.
Explain it like you're 10.
Okay, imagine you have a piggy bank with special digital coins called stable coins. These coins are supposed to be worth exactly $1 each, like a dollar bill.
Yeah, like $1 bill.
Because they're backed by real money or safe things like government bonds. But sometimes people who make these coins don't play fair, and the coins might not be worth what they promise. They can cause trouble, like losing all your money. This is what the whole that's what the whole Genius Act's about, apparently. Thank you, Grok, for that explanation.
It's all about that.
Well, he went on another like 25,000 characters, and I'm not reading all that.
25,000, man, those are rookie numbers, dude. You gotta look that up.
It's a bunch of words, dude.
It's a lot
I
of
want to
words.
shake your hand.
It's probably too many words. It's too many words.
Hey,
dude.
one Lou. There is a story about my
Yeah.
haircut. I went to a barbershop in my little small town where I live. Last time I went there, they gave me the good old-fashioned Sweeney Todd and tried to slit my throat and kill me.
That was just me with a sign out front. And he walked into that trailer knowing what was coming.
So I went back for my free haircut because they really
I went back for my free
they
haircut.
really ruined my face last time. So they got me looking right for free this time.
Yeah.
In other news, Trump is suing the Wall Street Journal. Another news outlet that he's suing.
Oh.
Whoop-de freaking do, huh? He's suing them over.
Whoop-de freaking do,
like
Basil.
He's suing them and Rupert Murdoch over the Epstein reports,
Really?
which is not a good sign, is it?
Wait, what do you mean he's like suing them over the Epstein reports? Explain that.
Over saying that he has been a big affiliate in the sex trafficking part of it.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it's interesting, bro.
It is quite interesting.
It's pretty interesting, I think.
Now, in other news, Mexico is rioting right now because
Yay.
they're having immigration into their country of Americans, and they don't want they don't want it. They're saying, "Come learn our culture, speak our language." They're fighting their government, saying inflation's going too high, and that there's too many white people and Americans coming into Mexico, and that they need to go back to their country.
Oh. Hey, it's happening.
You have no response to that. How the turns have tabled.
Because, hey, turntables.
Because
turntables.
For the past, who knows how long, Mexicans and illegal immigrants have been coming into our country. Now, Americans flooded into Mexico, and they're like, I don't want you here.
I don't want you here. Get out. Get out, dude.
So how it's the juxtaposition behind it is what I find funny. They send out people cross the border illegally, and then we do the same thing, and they get mad at us. Like, oh, see, it sucks, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, in other news, just to drop, since we're doing news at the beginning of the hour before we dive into freaking vampire aliens, dude. It's so fun. It's so fun and entertaining. I hope you guys know that. It's beyond fun and entertaining that what we're about to experience.
Say it again to really reiterate it.
We are going to experience a fun and happy time talking about vampiric aliens in Brazil.
Brazil.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, dude. But in other news around the world, well, not really around the world, more like here.
What?
To our nation. That's what we're talking about. You brought up the Epstein stuff. Well, Republicans are pushing to unseal the Epstein docs, right? They are right now because the House Rules Committee, which is all led by Republicans, they're apparently preparing to vote on revealing grand jury documents related to the Epstein investigation. Yeah.
Who gives a shit?
Yeah. There's that. And then the DOJ prosecutors are resigning in protest. Yeah.
That one's fun.
Yeah, there was dozens of them, too.
There was a news article that NASA released saying that the James Webb Telescope has broken the laws of physics, and now they don't know what to do.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, that's so, you're so nonchalant. Yeah.
Yeah. They said that it was trying to observe the Hubble extension of our Earth, of our universe, constantly expanding, right? And it wasn't doing it at all. It was sort of sitting still. So they began to panic and really rethink what they are preaching and talking about.
Sorry, repeat that again so I can make sure that I follow.
Yeah, so the James Webb Telescope looked into the universe to see if it was still expanding, and based off of the Hubble extension theory. I believe it's the extension, but it's Hubble something theory. Yeah. Meaning that the universe is ever expanding and constantly growing.
Yeah.
And this one, they've said that it's not moving anymore.
Factory reset.
Hit him with the restart.
That's why the poles are shifting, dude.
They hit him with the right hook, passed out, knocked out, restart.
Passed out and knocked out. Fan out.
Turn it back to the factory settings.
Yeah, but also another little news update. So Amazon requires AI experience now for promotions.
I thought you were going to say crotch measuring. All right.
Dude, mine, according to my bad calculator, I have the largest in the region of Earth.
Carrot Top has a really funny joke about that. Anyway.
Yeah. But no, Amazon apparently updated their internal policy within their... So if you're an employee who works there, now according to their internal policy, you must demonstrate that AI usage in work to qualify for promotion. So you have to prove now you have to know how to mitigate and configure and do AI. That's funny because the average person everyone's who's using AI, or the majority of the people, they're using Grok or ChatGPT to do it for them.
Yeah.
So it's should that internal policy just be like, hey, you have to know how to use Grok and ChatGPT? You know what I mean? Like, know how to talk with it, right? And then also, NVIDIA resumes AI chip sales to China. That's happening too. But that's all I got for news.
There is another complete solar eclipse happening on August 2nd, by the way.
That's tight.
Which is cool. So if you missed the last one, fly to your favorite destination and give it a shot.
What? give what a shot?
Give it a shot. Go look at the moon. Go look at the solar eclipse. Go stare right into it.
Go look at things. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I like
give it a
looking
shot.
at things too. Dude, I like
Or if you're drinking tequila right now, baby, take another shot.
Man, there's nothing more satisfying than whenever I get done mowing my lawn and wearing my Skechers tennis shoes or my New Balances.
And your jorts.
I was going to say cargo pants shorts.
Joppers.
With my Hawaiian-ish pedaled button-up shirt and my sun visor on. I like to curl my hands up in the fist and put them on my hips and just let out a big and look at my yard and go, That's how I feel great on
Give
the
it a look.
weekends.
Just give it a look.
That's like dad time. Come on, dude. I got to mow my lawn.
I got to say, I have become a full-on lawn dad.
Yeah.
My lawn is pristine, like a golf course right now. You can go putt on it, and you can call me Stick.
Nice, because everything we've talked about so far about the lawn stuff is really just a bunch of sexual innuendos. You guys do the math.
Oh, I had no idea. No, mine were not.
I had no idea.
Mine were not. I
had none.
I really have become obsessed with my lawn. I love my lawn, dude.
I love my lawn so much, dude. Like, you have no idea.
I
how much
leveled out
love my
the sand and the grass, and I put seed down and fertilized it, and I love my lawn, dude.
It's tight, dude.
It's still not a sexual innuendo. Still not.
I feel like it is. Just a little
It still
bit.
isn't. I promise you that, my friend.
It still isn't. It is. It's okay.
It is. It isn't. Who knows?
But,
shall we get into the
let's
show?
get into the topic, guys. Yeah, dude. So what we are going to be talking about
my
today.
mom joined. Hey, Mom.
Hey, Mom.
She said she loves us.
But
Hey,
we
Mom.
all know Mom loves me a little more than she loves you. Come on. Let's be fully real here.
We'll have to have her on sometime.
Yeah, we are. We are. That's for sure. What just happened to my controller? There we go. Fixed my controller. It was all being weird. Anyways, so let's so we're going to be talking about vampire aliens. And this all happened in South America, in Brazil, man.
Brazil.
And this is probably one of the most well-documented UFO alien vampiric cases ever.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah, it's probably one of the most well-documented UFO and alien case ever.
How come I've never heard of this?
You have.
I have.
Because it all started in the 70s in Brazil, where people on hoverboards.
Oh, we're going back.
Dude, this plays right into it. This is the same thing. I think it's the same people doing it.
You can call me Doc, dude. I'm ready to go back.
Or it could be wrong. Brazil's a big place. It's not like, like South America's big and Brazil's big, so it's just like Amazon rainforest. There could be so many different third-party outfits down there doing things they're not supposed to be doing to people.
Well, I mean,
you know what I mean?
The Amazon rainforest, they've been cutting it down and burning it down and all that stuff. So I'm really excited to hear what you have in store for us.
There's a place called the rainforest that truly sucks ass.
Hey, I'm very excited for what you have in store for us based around the Peruvian aliens.
Well, let me give...
Well, because they were Peruvian aliens, right? Not Brazil.
Oh, back then. So let's get into it. So this is... so it's called Operation Prato.
Okay.
That's what it's called. Vampiric aliens, guys. But no, let me read this for you guys. So I wrote up kind of like a highlighted thing. It's not a cold open. It's just to let you know what this story is, and we're going to go through it.
Chupa Chupa.
Yeah. So back in 1977, in the town of a small fishing town of Colares, Brazil, it was literally ground zero for probably the most strangest and most terrifying UFO cases ever documented, dude. Ever. And it basically just started like kind of traditionally like all the others. Like it started with glowing lights all up in the night sky.
So your typical experience.
Yeah, typical experience. And then at first people thought they were just like seeing strange lights, but then lights started getting closer and moving closer. And then it just turned into this thing where they were like, oh crap, our townspeople are getting attacked. And, they were under attack by these things that came in. And they weren't just like, these weren't like just the sightings, obviously.
Okay,
People were burned, paralyzed, drained of blood.
What the?
Yep. And plasma. Drained of blood and plasma by beams of light coming from unknown craft.
Okay, I read.
This is all super documented by the military down there.
I read a little bit ahead while you were
Military's
talking.
involved in this. They're
This
military.
is wild. How come? How come people don't
Yeah, dude.
talk about? Dude, this is crazy. What the heck?
Yeah, dude. I know you were going into this blind.
So
I
it
didn't tell you
started with
anything.
glowing lights. I mean, again, that's how most of these alien stories begin, right? They're like, oh, we see glowing lights in the sky in a triangle formation. Oh, we see glowing lights in the sky, and they're
or I see this like it's a glowing orb or something
floating around,
and it moves erratically in
Yes.
ways that to see that common aircraft could not.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
defies physics and propulsion that we know of.
The second it gets into people were being burned and paralyzed.
Yeah, dude. People were being burned, paralyzed, drained of blood and plasma, not just.
So the plasma part is the craziest bit for me.
That's because I think the tractor beam, because we already know they can manipulate plasma.
Absolutely.
And where everything's made of plasma, I think it's manipulating plasma.
Have you ever donated
That would
plasma?
explain why it'd be drained out too.
Have you ever donated plasma?
Yeah, when I was a dumb idiot who had like literally was not making any money.
Yeah, been there as well.
Long time.
You
ago.
get really cold. I don't know what this has to do with the aliens, but you get really cold. So
well, they got real cold dead.
yeah,
real
fast. Poor guys. 1977. All right.
You're like, I don't know if you knew this, but if you drain your body of blood, you're pretty dead too.
You're
dude.
real cold.
Like you're real cold.
Maybe not affiliated, but it is in the range.
I love the you're trying to backpedal, but not at the. You're like trying to sidestep. It's like, nah, dude, we're gonna stay center lane. But anyways, so yeah, people were being burned, paralyzed, drained of blood and plasma by beams of light coming from unknown craft. So the locals called them Chupa Chupa, which means suck.
Yeah, dude, I have an ex-girlfriend.
Sucky $5. Sucky $5. And I was about to breeze over here ex-girlfriend comment. But we're here. We landed. What's her name?
You did breeze over it because I couldn't help myself but laugh during my sentence.
That's why I kept going.
Yeah, I have an ex-girlfriend named Chupa Chupa. Boy almighty, does she suck, dude. And not in the good way. Am I right, boys?
Dude, we're sorry. We can hear millions of young men screaming out in pain all at once.
So Chupa Chupa means suck.
Yeah, because
But
it felt like something was feeding on them like a predator.
Why
Like
don't they
something
just-
was like
why don't they
sucking on
just
like a
call it
vampire.
Chupa.
Because it's not the chupacabra.
Well, who cares?
I don't know, dude. It's another language. Chupa Chupa is they're speaking in another language.
Suck.
Sucky $5.
No.
No, okay. The whole time I was reading about this and Chupa Chupa came out, and the fact that I knew what Chupa Chupa meant, I was just like, every time I was reading through stuff, I was like, Soldier Boy. No, it's not that scene yet. Soldier Boy. No.
Wait, are they Superman that hoe?
Soldier Boy. No,
Now
Soldier Boy.
watch me.
Sucky $5.
Oh, okay.
Me love you a long time.
Different jokes.
Yeah. Different jokes. But, yeah, it just apparently it felt like something was feeding on them. So families were so terrified that many abandoned their homes. Those who stayed covered their houses with aluminum sheets, lit fires through the night, and prayed they would not be the next target, man.
So sometimes I really enjoy your
I don't know why
your
I said
slip
that,
of the words.
Played, dude. I'm
Because
playing.
I don't know what song that
Playing.
is. Not be the target. They played not be the target throughout the night.
And I was praying they would, dude.
But I mean, I wonder what the point of putting these aluminum sheets on their house. If it is some sort of deterrent, or if it's just a noisemaker that would potentially, if they landed on the house, would scare
I wonder
them.
if it has to do with the beam of light.
Oh, that's a good question. I wonder if it's blue. I
No,
wonder if
they're
there's-
not burning anything.
I wonder if the.
As in, like, burning down places.
But
They
I wonder
weren't
if the
doing that.
metal on the
I mean,
roof
they
was
kinda
blue.
were.
Because if they're burning the people, they can burn the plants.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's because my personal thought before we get into it is just, I really think it may have to do with plasma manipulation.
Yeah.
I think whatever they're doing with that beam is why they're able to do what they're doing to them.
We found out maybe a year ago that plasma is sentient at a higher enough.
Yeah, and we're all made of
heat.
plasma, and if you look through our solar system, like it's like our solar system and everything within it is a plasma entity.
Yeah.
Anything outside of it, into like actual deep space, is not.
Do you remember that story we read of
as far as I know,
of the military using plasma balls to shoot through walls without damaging the walls, and it speaks?
I vaguely remember that.
Yeah, and they said they were studying it to be used as like a flashbang concept, where they would send it in, it would confuse them by hearing voices and stuff.
Oh shit! I forgot all about that. I remember. When was that? That was a long time ago.
That was about a year ago now. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that was a while ago. I forgot all about that. But no, so the so they're all like, banning their homes, things like that, all that fun jazz, and there were so a bunch of there's all this fear growing, right? And it was apparently so intense that the Brazilian Air Force stepped in, the military stepped in down there, the local military. They knew there was wild stuff going on. They were like, "What is happening? We're here to help." For realsies. And they launched Operation Prato, which was a full-scale military investigation on what was happening, because they knew it was happening. There was evidence, like that you couldn't hide it. There was military people who witnessed it. They witnessed these beams of light grabbing people. No joke. It's all documented. Just no one talks about it because it gives... See, everyone likes all the mainstream UFO crap and alien stuff. They all like to talk about the mainstream UFO alien shit, which is all just a mixture of disinformation and people fucking, mongering for attention, or fear mongering, or, just manipulating the interface. Like, there are cases like this that they're irrefutable. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean it's alien. I personally think it was more of humans using technology to experiment. That's what I think.
Well, that's what we came to the conclusion was with the Peruvian aliens, whenever that was happening.
I think they're people. I think they're either people using extreme advanced tech. It's the same thing.
Or just testing out new tech. Or that they have just invented, and they go to a quote-unquote third world country at that time and give it a shot to see how it affects them.
I feel like it's the same entity doing it in different regions of Brazil, of South America, because you have the face peelers. Yep. That's a totally different scenario.
Yes, it is.
But the technology's all pretty much the same, like that we know of in both cases. I mean, granted, in the face peelers one, there's that video that is authentic footage showing that thing in the trees. But I think that's someone wearing a suit. I think it's to make them look a certain way, or it's either that, and it's a very high tech suit, because we've talked about like the Iron Man program and all that stuff. It's either a advanced suit, or it actually is because of that archaeological find that isn't in mainstream media, showing all the alien shit. It literally shows alien, like some alien thing coming out of the solar system carved into this, into these hieroglyphs. So it could be.
Dude, that's wild to think about. That's wild to think about.
It is. But so people know the story. So people, where we are is like people grew like tons of fear, and it was so intense. The Brazilian Air Force stepped in and launched Operation Prato, which is a full-scale military investigation. And then over several months, the military documented everything they literally could. They were documenting like crazy. And they captured hundreds of photographs, filmed hours of footage.
Were you able to get your hands on any of this?
So the footage part, I could not get it to load, but there are tons of images. Tons.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, because they've got their footage.
Did you grab any?
I've got the official document.
Cool.
With it's got images in it and like all that fun stuff.
So Prato means saucer in Portuguese, by the way.
Operation Saucer.
Yeah, Operation Saucer.
Just
so everyone's following along there. It was led by a guy named Captain Urangue Holanda. Very Portuguese name. So yeah, just a little bit of information there. That's it. The mission was like being space detectives, he kept saying.
Yeah, dude, I love being a space detective.
Which is a cool concept, right?
I think it's cool.
In 1977, you're trying to figure out these saucers that are floating around your place, and these aliens.
You're trying to figure out these saucers, dude.
I want to shake your hand.
I want to shake your hand too, dude. Like, I think you're a nice guy.
But they interviewed over 3,000 people. Is what I'm seeing here.
Yeah,
that's pretty. That's pretty damning evidence, Oh, hey, that's my belly, dude.
Yeah, I don't know why it jumped down like that. My bad.
That's a good view for you there, One Lou. Take your hand, take your other hand off.
My bad. But yeah, dude, it's absolutely insane. And so, just to kind of breeze over this, like the narrative of the story, they documented everything they could, captured hundreds of photographs, filmed hours of footage, and wrote detailed reports. Like even the soldiers who are like very skeptical guys, like it's in the reports. Like there are people, they were sending out military units and comprising it of people who did not believe in like aliens and supernatural. And they ended up going like, after being there and seeing and witnessing,
Really?
they're like, there's where did he go, George? There's stuff in there, dude. I don't want to die. Yeah, that's pretty much how it turned out. And like, you know, all the guys who were in there and apparently super skeptical, and they're like soldiers, you know, they saw things they couldn't explain and were like, I'm freaked out by this. I don't want to be a part of it. Like they literally were like, I don't want to be over here doing this job. And they like were actually actively saying like, we're defenseless, dog. Like there's nothing we can do. The beams come in and they fry us.
Well, I wouldn't want to be a part of that either. Are you kidding me?
Dude, I saw one dude get sucked right out of his mind.
I like this character you're doing.
He sucked it real good.
I don't like this character.
He was like
my mind
he was like a dehydrated banana, dude. That's what he looked like at the end. But yeah, so they reported all the like glowing orbs, disc-shaped craft, beams of light that seemed that were like literally trying to search people, or would lock onto someone and would never leave them. Like it was like stuck on them and stuff like that. Like even if someone ran inside before they succumb to what this like beam of light does to them, the beam of light would go straight to the home.
You have to forgive me. I wish that you would have told me about this because I'm obsessed with finding these videos now.
Yeah,
and I'm finding some news articles about it and like live broadcasts of it happening, and then retelling of it. Like
the reason I wasn't
remake of it.
So right now, so the footage itself is literally locked behind vaults in South Brazil, or in Brazil. Sorry, I almost said South America. In Brazil, like the military has it cut off.
Yeah.
And so like I found stuff that was supposedly led to leaked copies, but I never could get them to properly decode. And so they never, they were unwatchable. You wouldn't even play them. But moving on though. And then, so you got like military guys, all this stuff's happening. And then without warning, it just all just abruptly stopped, dude. Like out of nowhere, overnight, boom, snap of fingers, it just stopped.
They got what they wanted.
Yeah, it just vanished. And Operation Prato just got shut down because they're like, it just all ended and they left. Like whatever it was or whoever it was is just gone. What? And so they're like, well, we've been monitoring for over a month and there's nothing, like, because it was happening constantly and now it's ceased. So they ended up killing the project after it all ended.
Well,
or the operation. And then but years later, parts of Operation Prato, were declassified from their military. And that's how we were able to know about it, or we're able to have documentation of it. And it just, it's very clear in there that the military knew a lot more than they admitted. It's very clear.
Well, they can't
throughout the whole thing. The military, like the higher ups,
well,
they
knew of course,
there was something going on. Like they knew more about what was happening, but even they were still scared shitless.
Well, imagine they went to the public and to the people of their state and they're like, or the country, and say, "Yeah, we know who they are."
It's entirely possible that
we know what happened.
Reached out to someone over in the United States side.
Oh, most definitely,
like major powers, and they're like, "Yeah, we know what that is." Like potentially,
what
if it was an
here?
alien thing, like, yeah,
like what are you doing here? What is this? This is. You can't do this here. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Or we're going to come and sue you and attack you.
But I will say this, though.
Dude, that's so cool.
Yeah, dude. And the thing is that one thing is that it became obviously clear, right, that the military knew a bit more than they would admit. But I'm going to screw up his first name.
I already said it. I wonder if you can copy me.
Uranje?
Uranje.
Oh, okay. So I was close.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when I wrote it didn't translate because it has a squiggly above the E.
I probably messed it up. I probably messed it up myself too. It's called an umlaut, Ben.
Oh, hell yeah. But Captain Uranje Hollanda, he who led the Operation Prato, he came forward in 1997 to confirm that events and reveal a whole bunch more disturbing details that no one knew about.
Ooh, do you have his?
And then Hollanda was found dead. I have his excerpts showing the stuff, but he was found dead. What?
I like how you just threw that in there real quick.
Oh, he's found dead.
Yeah.
He dead. D-E-D. Dead. Wait.
Well, damn.
Yeah.
If he is giving these details and they found him dead, that is not a good sign, as we know throughout history. If somebody is talking about things that they shouldn't,
Yeah.
they get gone. Is that one of the photos?
Yeah, that's them doing whatever. I forgot what layer that is, but it was showing, it was moving when they were taking the photo, apparently.
Holy cow.
Yeah, and then they have images that show what was happening, like things were dropping down, of what they witnessed.
Well,
like
we've seen that
accounts.
many times in UFO footage of things falling out of these UFO ships.
Yeah, and then there's this photo here.
Are you going to share this, or are you going to show
Yeah,
me?
I'm going to pull it up as it becomes relevant. But it was weird. It was coming out of these orbs. It would turn into this massive object out of these little orbs.
Whoa, what?
Yeah.
Oh, Project Bluebeam, baby.
Yeah, dude. Maybe it was. You never know. It's all strange, but they have like maps for like sightings. It was like dude, look how I'm going to pull this up. So this is our source material, everybody. One of the sources. So I'm going to zoom this in so people can see it a little bit better.
Witness pointed his gun at it and was hit by a ray of red light.
Yeah, so this is the document.
That's some text in that
and
shit
you
right
can
there.
Yeah, no crap. You can get this from theblackvault.com.
Cool.
That is one of the other places. There's actually one from the CIA archives, and it's really just more of like their reportings on this reporting. You know what I mean? Like they were keeping tabs on it. But it wasn't like, from what I saw on it, it was a very shitty document. It's not even worth showing. It was just like it wasn't anything that had any fruit to it. It was just more of
no validity,
documentation on it. But this is the operation. This is the official document that was finally released, and it happened in 1977 to 1978.
So just 1 year, maybe less.
Yeah, and get this. Remember what kicked up in the 80s? That was when the face peeler came around. It was like a few years later, just a couple years around the corner, all of a sudden we had the face peeler show up, and they're the ones showing up on hoverboards, like
80s?
hovering craft, like men standing, or like humanoid shaped beings that were like wearing armor, like some type of weird armor that you would see, something out of like a movie or something, of them riding these like hovering disc, like individual disc crafts. And they were discs and they were silent.
Was that in the 80s?
Yeah, the face peelers thing started in the 80s.
I thought it was
and then it
far more recent.
Well, then it kicked up again recent. It happens it's like it happens generationally. So that when it happened in the 80s and it kicked up again in what, the 2000s or something?
Yeah, because
I
I know Timothy Alberino is obsessed with that stuff.
Yeah.
So I would love to pick his brain on this concept as well.
So why don't let's talk about, let's just start with like at the beginning, right? Let's just go through all of it. So like we had said earlier, this is 1977 when it all started. And it was in Colares, Brazil, which is the northern coast of Brazil, in the state of Pará, however you say it. But that is the center point of this entire setup. So the Colares town was this tiny little town, dude. It was just a tiny little fishing town, and it was like fewer than like 2,000 people. Yeah, it was less than 2,000 people in this place, and it was all just like fishermen and like farmers and just the families,
just
like
good old
a
folks,
simple
minding
life,
their business,
right? Yeah, and then all of a sudden, and which is very disconnected from a lot of the outside world. It's very remote, and we're talking very remote. And we're not talking about like, driving an hour down the road. I'm talking about you'd have to drive for hours to get to this place, like through their jungle and stuff. And it's also shrouded by the Amazon rainforest too. The Amazon rainforest is a natural like buffer to like keep view out and everything. So it's just like,
and we know the Amazon rainforest potentially has ancient technology and ancient buildings and things like that as well.
Potentially, quite potentially. I think you're right, dude.
Quite potentially.
So, but anyway, so in August 1977, that was when the strange lights started appearing over the Atlantic coast, and it was and jungle near Colares. That's when it started, and it was over the Atlantic coast, and they described glowing spheres, cylinders, disc-shaped objects, hovering in like pure silence, and then usually it was like often it was like low altitudes that they witnessed these things. And then some lights would apparently, like what they described was like some lights dart through the sky with like unnatural speed. We're talking about going from a standstill to max warp speed in snap of a finger. It's just like a laser, pew, you know?
Sounds familiar.
Or like almost like a blip. It's moving so fast, you know, like it blips here and then it's here type thing. But yeah, so like the all unnatural speed, and then apparently there was others, like the witness also described like others would remain completely still, like almost like they were like watching the town. Like they would watch them come in and they would just stay. And they didn't even move. They would stay in the exact same position for hours and not even move a muscle. Some of them would.
I have heard that's on so many different UFO alien concepts and whistleblowers that these ships, these saucers, just pop into existence and sit there for hours. I mean, that one Russian fellow with the glass, he had a prime example of it.
I wonder if that's real.
Me too. We talked about it last episode, but I also think it's real. I also wonder if it's real. But that's like a prime example of what you're referring to. These ships just sitting in one place.
It's like they're watching. And that's what they were describing, is like they'd see these orbs come in. The orbs are obviously either descending down, like some of the reports were like descending down from the sky. And then some were just, it was like there was like some type of pinhole light, and it was like it got birthed out of the light.
Interesting.
It would come out of the light.
Maybe they are the cameras in the Truman Show.
Or they're the stars overhead.
Oh.
Yeah, dude. You never thought of that. Boom, solved the case. So when you see a
Thought of
satellite,
that, dude? You ever thought of that, dude?
Dude, you ever thought of that, dude? You haven't thought about nothing, dude. Nothing.
What do you know about this?
But the thing is that like they were talking about like, you know, like cylinder-shaped craft, cigar-shaped UFOs.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, all of it's yeah, dude, like all of this. And so I already said they darted around and everything, but apparently people were first like super curious about it, and then but they quickly basically were like, wait, because when the lights started to come closer, like all of a sudden the craft, whatever they were, then started to move in, like actually to Colares. God, I want to like not say it in the
we gotta have
the proper way. I want to say it Colares. Colares.
Why don't you want to say it properly?
Clarice. Clarice was down there.
Colares.
Colares.
Down there in
Colares.
Colares,
right?
Brazil.
Yeah, dude, you're down there in the
They
jungle.
had them there aliens down there in
Yeah.
Colares, Brazil.
Yeah.
You know, all them fly mumbo jumbo, sort
dude,
of green fellas, little green fellas.
Sometimes they're gray, dude.
Sometimes they're white.
Sometimes they're pink too.
You ever heard of the insect ones? I'm telling you, buddy.
Yeah, they got pink stuff between their legs too.
Wait the hell up. Wait 1 minute. Pause a second.
Sorry, I thought Ryan was
Pause
here.
this show.
Ryan's into that.
Turn
kind
off
of
the
stuff.
cameras. What the hell are you talking about?
Ryan's into that stuff, dude.
I know he is. What in the hell?
Gay? It's okay. Anyways,
way to transition the show there, Ben.
Yeah, I had to get us back on track. So, but no, they just kind of like realized that like, hey, this is this is horrible, because when these like weird orbs and lights and everything came in, because they started to interact with the people, they would emit this super bright light, which then narrowed into a beam that went straight onto the individual, like whoever it was targeting. It would go straight onto the person, and it was not harmless, just so you guys know.
Yeah, we know because it burned them.
We're talking about it start burning their skin. They felt this burning sensation. It was like they compared it. So the military compared it to a insane, like super severe degreed sunburn and microwave heat. Microwave heat.
It just sounds like a bunch of technology.
Why didn't anybody get out their cold cuts, dude? You know what I mean?
Make some popcorn, baby.
Yeah, dude, I love popcorn. Popcorn's cool.
I've said this about 5 times this show already. This all sounds so very familiar. I mean, with the CIA,
they would also get frozen in place. It would like freeze their bodies.
What?
They couldn't move. Like
paralyzation. That makes sense.
Well, they would have like this crazy sudden, paralysis.
There it is.
Papapia.
Junior.
How now, brown cow?
Save the children. We gotta start doing vocal warm-ups. I want to shake your hand. What's happening to us right now?
Dude, I don't know. I can't even use words good.
We got to do vocal warm-ups at the beginning of the show.
La la la.
Red leather, yellow leather. Red leather, yellow leather.
Penis pump twice.
Okay, all right,
There you
all
go.
right.
I was reading an
We
instruction
almost got
manual.
an entire
Warm up.
episode without saying the P word.
No, it did not. Wait, what? It did.
We were close.
If anyone asked, it
we
did.
were close.
It did. But anyway, so let's talk about something because it's you had the burns, the burning sensations. You got sudden all the paralysis, puncture wounds, and then extreme severe fatigue and fainting. Apparently was a part of it. It would just hit them, and the moment they got hit with the beam of this light that would hit them, and then it would turn into a beam of light, and it would be you ever seen shot a spotlight at the clouds and you can see the light beam? That's what it was, but imagine in 10 times brighter, pure white.
Wow.
Yeah, dude. So in the movies when you see the tractor beam come down or the beam of light, and it's so bright, it's overbearing and illuminates
blinding.
Insane amount. That's literally what it was. That's what they're describing.
Huh.
So, and then one of the earliest victims described it as feeling as if someone was just sucking the energy right out of their body.
Chupa Chupa.
Dude, glucose is the sweetest form of sugar in the body, apparently, man. Just throwing that out there, You hoes out there know what I'm talking about.
Dude, you should be a voice actor.
Yeah.
Character voice actor with all these voices you're doing today. No, my God. Man. Can you do?
I thought aliens and tractor beams, dude. They touched me in my no square. That was nice. I felt that pumps from over here.
Can you do Jar Jar Binks if he was from the country?
Dude, I was choked. I was choked trying to move my
vocal cords.
Yeah, it's
That's close.
What you talking about?
That's so bad.
No. I don't know. Stop getting me sidetracked. We're supposed to be talking about medical evidence now.
All right, let's get into it. Sorry,
medical
sorry
evidence.
Everybody for throwing us off. Sorry for.
We all know Jar Jar Binks is the one sucking them dry, dude.
I mean, he's running away from ice right now.
He's in the lake. I saw him jump in. Get him, coppers. Anyway, so the local hospital in Colares saw over 30 officially documented cases of all of these injuries, dude. During all of the waves of sightings. So the hospital, they had all the evidence. They knew all about it. They were all freaked out too. And apparently, it said here is that there were some locals that were actually getting attacked who refused to go to the hospital because they were scared that the hospital was in on it with a higher power, the government, things like that.
Can't hate him for that.
I can't hate him for that either. I don't like doctors, dude. I'm never getting a colonoscopy, dude. No one's doing too much touching going down there. No, that's the exit, dude. Yeah. It's an exit for a reason. It's not an entry. Not even cracking.
I'm almost
Get
on,
it?
I'm almost on my 10th punch card for my free colonoscopy. They say you get 10, you get the 11th one free.
Tell me how
keep
it
going
goes.
back.
No, that's your... Oh my God, you got the 11th one free? You did 10 yesterday. I'm ready for a good time now.
It should be easier now.
I'm not paying for this, so I'm going to enjoy it more.
Oh, no, that's not the joke.
I thought that's what you were going for, bro. They saw all these people, and so Dr. Waleed Sassim Carvalho, or Valho, I don't know. It's such a weird spelt name. A young physician working in the town became one of the key witnesses in this case because it's just a small town, so it's just a local doctor that everyone's going to see. And this local hospital that's pretty small, they're just like, what the fuck is going on, guys? Because this guy witnessed the whole, or guy or girl, whichever it is, witnessed the whole friggin' thing. Oh, it's a girl. She personally treated patients with radiation-like burns, really strange punctures, their body was getting punctured.
Whoa.
Yeah, puncture holes. That's why the vampire thing comes into it, because it was puncture holes like a vampire, out of the movie.
Yeah, I'm following.
I'm just making sure, dude. Puncture holes can mean a lot of things.
I know that my face says the opposite, but
I know.
I'm understanding.
It says the opposite a lot. That's why the short bus keeps stopping at my house whenever you come over to the podcast. It's we're ready. Is Evan ready to go to church? Wait, are you going to church? I thought you were going to school, dude. I didn't know church had a special needs program. Oh, that's just a congregation, right? Our churches just.
We're not getting into this, Ben. We're not getting
churches just the adult version in the real world of special needs groups.
That's hysterical. That's a heck of a joke right there.
I wonder which religious organization is the Down syndrome group.
Which one?
And which ones are the schizophrenic? I wonder if that's the Catholics. I think the Catholics are the schizos. Right? They did they had the Crusades, dude. We know what they did there. That's like a schizophrenic being in charge.
Kill them. I think the Baptists are the wheelchair screamers.
I just pictured you drooling out of the side of your mouth, yelling at people. No, because they picked you up, but they gave you a sedative.
Because I'm going to the Baptist church.
You're being too aggressive. You're cussing everyone out, and so they gave you a sedative and put you on the little chair, man. And your brain's coming. You're waking back up, but you're all drugged up. So you're just like.
I don't know how I'm related to this. It's the Baptists.
Oh, that's true. You do like to bap it sometimes.
Bop it.
Oh, I guess that's it. I guess you're not a Baptist.
I'm a bop it.
Anyways.
Damn it. I don't want to...
So, we are getting so off track here. So...
Yeah, aliens.
Oh. So, yeah. So, whenever they were finding string punctures, and then also extreme symptoms of hypovolemic shock, which is extremely low blood volume in the body. And then years later, she testified that these injuries were a completely real, super serious, and she said it was beyond anything that she could explain medically in any capacity because of what the state of the body was coming in.
Huh.
She said that she didn't understand it. Like the body was drained of not just blood, but other things as well.
I wonder if they're able to test for how fast the blood was drained out.
I wonder if I wonder how that works. If there's a way to see or test for that.
Yeah, or when the body died.
When the body died.
Oh, well, of course you can test for that, right? You can test for that.
Yeah, you can check for...
I guess what I'm really wanting to know is if they can go into detail of what truly perspired. Perspired?
Transpired.
Perspired
is
sweat.
Sweating, dude. We're going to find out what truly made these dead guys sweat.
I mean, I'd be sweating too if I got vampires biting my neck. I think
you'd be sweating even after death. It's hot as fuck down there, dude. It's not a water bubble, dude.
Yeah, he's out of blood, but not water.
You think when you die, you're not going to sweat anymore? Joke's on you. You're going to be sweating even in death because it's hot as balls out here.
That sucks.
Lots of humidity, too.
But I would, oh my God. I would.
You give me shit for not being able to talk.
I would like to know what happened and if the doctors were able to determine the time and the quickness of the death.
Yeah, that would be interesting to know.
Because if it was a paralyzed and then they sucked the blood out over a camera.
What?
The camera up.
Oh, hello.
I got the hiccups.
He almost died. This has been a weird episode. I'm loving it. It's because the vampire aliens, dude. Not only do we have to worry about them controlling us psychically with their minds, apparently, because that's how they communicate, but dude, they're gonna be sucking you off at the same time. Wait.
Chupa Chupa.
You're choking over here, and you're like, I gotta down some more beer.
Oh, well, I gotta clear my windpipe. I don't know what happened
dude,
there.
You cleared that. Nice.
I got the hiccups all of a sudden.
Yeah, there you go. You're back to normal now.
No, I'm not. I can still feel it.
Okay, do you want me to
back up?
Here, I'll let you give us. I'll give you another minute. So, anyways, people all freaked out. She couldn't prove it. But anyway, oh, sorry, that's where I was. It was Dr. Carvalho. So she said it was very real. She testified, said it was 100% real, serious, and it was beyond anything she could explain medically. Well, Dr. Carvalho also reported that some patients had small circular burns about 8 centimeters in diameter, surrounded by purple marks, as though the beam had focused on them with pinpoint precision. Whatever the light was in, it was pinpointing to like puncture holes.
Wait,
or not puncture holes, but sorry, go ahead. Circular burns.
So they know that it wasn't like teeth or a weapon. They know it was a laser.
Circular burns. It was just something was pinpointing with a laser. 2 lasers to be in fact.
That's freaky.
Yeah, it is freaky.
So that I wonder if it was at distance or not. If it was close range, then it's a tool. If it's distance, it's the actual UFO and the light.
Yeah, it seems like it paralyzed them, and someone comes. It makes me think that either they have another tool they're using in that beam of light to shoot through the light, or when that's happening, there's an entity or person or there's something going up to them in that light, potentially wearing a suit of armor that protects them, hence the face peelers. They're wearing that weird futuristic sci-fi armor apparently, that looks like scales and stuff. Who knows? Maybe there's someone who's there in the light with them that's unaffected by it, doing whatever they're doing. Or I don't know. And there's no telling. There's a million different ideas that could go through my head. Everything from an actual alien presence, like a real extraterrestrial potential, or it's just people from other governments that are far more powerful than that location. And they have shadow programs using advanced tech and experimenting with different technology.
So there's
two
options, right?
Yeah, it's either aliens or it's people.
As always.
And I don't know which. I mean, I'm inclined to think that it's just us. It's people doing it with insanely advanced tech that's no one knows about.
Well, based off of the years of research we have done, signs don't lead to aliens truly being here, manipulating and harming us on a regular basis.
Yep.
It leads to us doing the danger,
being
the bad guy at all times.
I'm going to save a theory I have for the end.
Okay.
But no, so like
camera.
The panic really kicked up in October of 1977 because like pretty much everyone was in Colares was scared crapless constantly. So people stopped going outside after dark, and then people started like literally families. It was documented that families started all sleeping in the same room together, like in the center of their house. They're like, "Fuck all this. We're all head count. Boom, boom, boom. That's incest, Evan. Stop lifting your eyebrows."
That's
at
Alabama,
me.
Baby.
Alabama. Alabama, man. Sorry. But yeah, and they would lock all their windows, doors, and then they were convinced that any form of like no noise or light would attract the Chupa Chupas because they were calling them, the suck.
Yeah.
Sucky, $5. Sorry, I got
every time. Out of your system. That's the third time you've done it.
It's gonna happen every time I say Chupa Chupa because then I'm gonna go suck. Then I'm gonna say sucky, $5. Anyways, so
South Park ruined you.
But yeah, no. They made me better.
He said
dude.
yeah.
They made me better.
He said yeah. Everybody.
But the term Chupa Chupa, meaning suck, is in Portuguese emerged because the victims, were drained of blood. So get this, there was cases of victims who were drained of blood and plasma, but there were some victims who were only drained of plasma, not blood.
Interesting.
Yeah, their blood was lower, but it's like they didn't take as much from them. Like they intentionally took significantly less. Very odd. And then the thing is that many homes started getting covered. They started covering their homes with aluminum sheets and palm leaves to block strange beams. And then they would light bonfires. They would light up bonfires at night to try to ward off the UFOs. And then everyone was arming. People were literally carrying rifles around everywhere if it was nighttime. And then locals there right before it all ended, most locals wouldn't even leave during the daytime without having a weapon on them in case something happened that made it to where they couldn't get home in time before dark. Like, dude, people were being serious about this.
So I quickly...
But shooting at the lights did nothing. It is documented. Shooting at the lights did nothing.
I would imagine
Just throwing that out there.
I would imagine so. So I briefly looked up what plasma can be used for within the scientific tech area. There are several different avenues that it can be used for, but there are some that plasma is used to treatment to modify surface properties of materials to enhance the strength and durability of resistance to wear and corrosion for materials.
Repeat that last part.
So plasma is used for durability and strength to resist corrosion for materials. So if they're only taking plasma from these bodies, maybe they're getting a refuel, re-upping on their plasma needs for their technology. Because plasma is used to stop corrosion, to strengthen materials. So if it is used with, I'm just speculating here, but if you put it on maybe metal, it can withstand radiation. If you put it on body armor, it can withstand something. Again, I'm just speculating. I'm just pulling it out of my ass. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So perhaps they're getting plasma for a specific need, and they're getting the blood for water. Think Dune style.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's interesting.
Or cloning.
Right? Or cloning. Dude, it could be a plethora of different things. It opens a lot of doors, especially when you get in the plasma side.
But why did they choose 2 holes?
I think one is for blood and one's for plasma, dude. Maybe it's something that isolates it and you can't travel it through the same whatever it's sucking out.
Interesting.
Maybe it's one's for one, because there were some people who came in. Get this: there's people who came in who only had one small circular burn on like their neck or like their chest or whatever in different places, but they would come in with just one instead of having 2, and they would in all of those cases they would either have all their blood drained or all their plasma drained.
Do you have any?
So that's why I think it was, if you had 2, that's drained all the way.
Were there any photos of this that you could find?
There's interpretations in the document.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, there's, because like I said, there's other things to this too that we haven't gotten to yet.
Yeah.
So
here's a wild sentence. Ground controllers told still another pilot that 13 UFOs were pursuing him, 6 on one side of him and 7 on the other.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, dude, there's a lot more.
So
in this.
the military was up in the air during this?
I haven't even gotten. I was about to get to the military part.
Holy cow!
Yeah, I told you it was the Air Force. They got directly involved. They were trying to help people.
We got to run ads though.
Yeah.
Ad break, everybody.
Yeah, we got to take a break. We'll be right back, and we'll go.
Don't go anywhere.
Yeah, don't go. Don't leave. I'm talking to you.
I'm not going nowhere.
Our listeners never leave. What are you talking about? Hey everyone, we're going to take a quick pause to give credit where it's due. That intro track you can't help but bob your head to? Well, that's Ship of Theseus by Dustin Beck, and it's produced to perfection by David Southern. Big love to both of these guys for setting the vibe before we, well, open our mouths. And real quick, a huge shout out to Bad Cat Studio. They whip up some of the random art pieces that you see in our background on our cameras, plus some of the quirky bumpers that we sneak in between segments. Now go show them some love on Instagram at badcat.studio or hit up tinyurl.com/badcat-studio. Now, do us a solid. Please like, follow, and subscribe wherever you waste time online. We're on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Rumble, X, TikTok, Instagram, all of the usual rabbit holes. Or you can just go and click on the link tree on any one of our profiles and you can just dive right in. Before we dive back in, let's pause for something that really matters. Child trafficking is real. It's horrifying and it happens closer to home than most of us want to really believe or admit. Every single day, kids are exploited and stolen of their futures. Awareness is the first step to ending this. If you ever see something suspicious, speak up. In the US, you can call the National Human Trafficking Hotline at 1-888-373-7888 or text HELP to 2333733. And if you believe a child is in immediate danger, always call 911. You don't have to wait for someone else to fix this. Get informed, talk with your kids, and look up legit organizations in your community working to protect children and support survivors. A little effort locally can save lives globally. No joke. All right, well, thank you for caring enough to listen, and we'll be back going here shortly. And we are back. So, anyways, let's keep. Where were we, by the way?
Oh, I was just talking about the military expo of the people flying and being pursued by the UFOs.
Yeah.
I think that we were starting to get into more aspects of evidence related to this because you talked briefly about not briefly, you talked in length about the two holes that are laser pointed and the individual hole that was laser pointed.
Yeah. So get this. So this is where everything escalates. So we had mentioned that they were trying to hide out from these things and gather your families together. Don't go out at night, and then even during the day, carry a gun just in case you're not able to make it home before dark. Well, the government finally got involved, like their government did, because the local authorities were like, "Hey, at first we were ignoring all this crap, but now we're not because us police officers have witnessed the lights now, and we've also witnessed the beams of light, and we've also witnessed people being paralyzed. We've seen it happen in front of us. And also, when someone's getting hit with a beam of light, if you're in the vicinity, it's not that you're paralyzed, but it's like it's like your brain when you can see what's going on. From what I was reading in this long ass, like in that document that we had on the screen a little bit ago, you can see it. The way he describes it is like, hey, if you're witnessing this and you're in the vicinity, we're talking about like 100 yards or less, and any of that light touches you like hard enough, like it's if it like lights you up enough, you end up getting like, you're not paralyzed, but like your train of thought disappears. It's like you see something happening, like, oh my gosh, there's an emergency, I have to stop this. Then all of a sudden, imagine all of a sudden your brain just dumping out any kind of urgency, and it's like you don't realize what's happening in front of you. It's like you go into a vegetable mode.
Like dulls your senses.
Yeah, you go into like a veggie state mentally,
Mm.
and you're just like, I have to get to it, but I don't know if I want to move. That's kind of what they were describing. It's like it gives them like a weird form of paralysis or brain fog. That sounds like microwave frequencies to me.
Yeah, you're absolutely right on that regard.
Because it's nuking your brain, bro. So who knows? But so they got involved. They reached out, and so in November and then also nearby towns started getting attacked too.
Oh, so it wasn't just them.
Yeah, so all the nearby little villages all started getting attacked around Colares. So yeah, and then it was both so in November of 1977, that's when the Brazil Air Force was like, all right, we're stepping in. We're taking you guys seriously now, because they were getting sent all the documentation and the footage and things that were happening. And also it helped that some higher up military official was in the area, not for work, for military. He was just driving through and witnessed it and goes, what the fuck? And so, yeah, it really helped the fact that he witnessed it.
So at the first hour of the show, I said it's about a year, maybe less.
Yeah.
It's 4 months.
Yep.
October to January.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very short time span for this to be happening.
Yep.
For them, I bet it felt like forever.
Oh, I'm sure it did. That 4 months probably felt like hell.
And probably the year after that, they were always on guard.
Yeah, on guard. Sorry.
No.
Fencing. But yeah, dude, so they got involved, and then what the government did is they dispatched a specialized team to Colares. And their hopes were to, one, the team was supposed to help try to calm the public and going, hey, we're here to help. We're the military. Like, we've got your back type thing. But then the other side of it was to investigate what the F is going on. They didn't even know. Like, the specialized team that went in of the Air Force was like, whoa, we don't even know.
Well, of course.
So that happened, and then that's basically the beginning. That marks the true beginning of Operation Prato, because that's when the military gets involved, right? Or also known as Operation Saucer, English translation. So yeah, and then so you have like tons of eyewitness accounts. It's not even just eyewitness accounts. You have documentation. This leaked document has some of the witness statements or witness accounts in it. Mixture of civilian and military.
So you're referring to this as a leaked document? It looks like a report, like
it was declassified. Sorry.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
It was declassified. I keep saying leaked. It was declassified, and it's up on the Black Vault for you to see. But this is like, it shows where it was happening. There's Colares right there. And all the remaining towns, all the towns around it. So like this whole region was just getting bombarded, bro.
So the men were sent to Colares area only after several mayors complained that their villages had come under attack by UFOs and appealed to the Air Force for help. Whether the Air Force would have investigated the sightings if the mayor had not pleaded for help is not known. But most of these key officers could tell us are now dead.
Mm-hmm.
So in this document, it's like a for those of us listening over in the audio world, it's a blue style document. It has maps of Brazil zoomed in to where Colares is. It has a full Portuguese document on here, several different depictions and photos of renderings and drawings as well of what these things looked like. Different individuals who were a part of it, specifically the Captain Jorange Holanda. A photo of him back in 1987.
So this is
and here is Ben here showing a photo of one of the drones dropping something out of it.
Yeah, dude. It's like, so that's that little dot up there. That's what they're talking about. Like an orb shows up, and then it's like it bursts this giant craft out of it, like it's coming out of like a pinhole, like a tear in our fabric of reality, up in the sky, and these things are coming out of it like that.
Interesting. So I'm reading the article now while he's scrolling, and they named individuals who were reporting on this. They categorized them by numbers.
Yeah.
F1 to F45. And it specifically said F15 was a farm worker, and here's his name. And here is a full map of where they were found to be sighted and seen.
It does say the color. So she added, the person who was documenting all this in the program or the operation stated, she added the color was a bright yellow that was almost red by the end of it. So all the yellow was where there wasn't any form of craft or whatever it was, like cylinder shaped craft, triangle shaped craft, or you name it.
No, that's not what she's saying. She says,
"Oh, did I misread it?"
Yeah, she says the lights were moving, but the sky that the colors of the lights were a bright yellow.
Oh, my bad.
Almost red. More
I
like
misread that
yellow.
top part.
Very
skimming
bright.
it. I was skimming. My bad. Thank you for correction.
Yeah,
on
it
that.
says a few times that they resembled headlights of cars.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's trippy, man.
It is.
And some weren't even headlights of cars. Just some were. It was all like different. It varied. It was all different. But like they would say, like initially the light was cutting diagonally across the road. It abruptly changed direction 45 degrees, coming exactly in the direction of her and her daughter, rapidly crossing to their left. They sought shelter under a tree. The object stopped for several minutes, then slowly moved and returned. It was like, so this one in particular. So I was so farther down. There's more, or I think maybe it's farther up. There's more details on this account. And apparently when it hovered down, it was like it was looking for them because it pursued them.
Yeah, because it says in the next sentence that it stopped and turned around and returned to where it came from.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, dude.
It was like hunting them down.
It was like, yeah, dude. It was like legit fucking hunting them.
The world's most dangerous game.
Yeah, dude. A very dangerous game. It's called getting the blood and plasma sucked out of you game. I'm cool.
It's called a game of life and death,
I'd
baby.
prefer to keep that in my body if that's up to my choice. But anyway, so yeah, they were in a state of crisis, all that fun stuff. So the military investigation. So it was like 20 military personnel were deployed. And we're talking about everything from intelligence officers to photographers and like technical experts, and also mechanical experts, people who are like aerospace engineers to, you name it. And their mission was literally just to document the phenomenon and then collect physical and photographic evidence and determine if these UFOs posed a threat to national security for them. Of course, the same old script, right? National security. Well, the first encounter the military had was Captain Hollanda. His team believed the reports were exaggerated or rooted in some type of like superstition at first. But he said that their skepticism ended up just being cut off. And it went from no skepticism to saying, holy crap, there's something crazy going on here. Because it was literally within 3 days of arriving, of them showing up, of that captain showing up with his team. Didn't even take 3 days for all of them to say, yo, it wasn't even the end of the third day. They reached out like abruptly saying, this is not, what's happening here is unexplainable. We do not have a way to explain this. This is, like, they were scared.
They all experienced it, huh?
Yeah, they all literally started getting scared too. And then, of course, locals, there's like some parts in here and some other stuff I found that where it like talks about like locals' interaction with some of the military. And basically, like, some of the locals started getting more freaked out themselves because they saw that the military started getting freaked out by it. They were like, yeah, dog, this ain't us. Like, you know?
Dude, imagine you call in the Air Force and they're like, yeah, we don't know what that is. This sucks.
We're calling in the F-22 Raptor. Sir, he just said nope over the radio and turned around. Like, I'm getting out of here, dude.
He literally noped out of there, sir.
Well, he's in an F-22. Yeah, I ain't got none of them. What do they got? You know, I mean, it wouldn't.
Well, on TikTok and all these things in the modern era, there's a lot of videos that are showing these bright orbs in the sky.
Yeah.
So that leads the question of, is it the same technology? Is it still an ongoing project that is being studied? Are there still people being drained?
Not but the faces are getting peeled off, though. Which was worse?
I'd rather be drained.
Yeah, dude. Like, I don't have like the best looking mug, but it's the only one I got, and I'd prefer not to be a skeleton face unless I'm Ghost Rider and it's engulfed in flames and I'm still kicking it. You know what I mean?
If I can have like an open casket when I die, that'd be beneficial, right? So
I'm still doing that even with the face peeled off.
Just a skeleton head.
Yeah, there's gonna be a little card out of my mouth that
Bad
comes
to the
out.
bone plays.
It's gonna be the Down syndrome version. What do you think? Bad. Bad.
Oh my God.
Breakfast.
Hey, I'm also on the headset here.
Breakfast. Anyway, sorry. But yeah, so the military first thing happened, they're like, hey, within days, like literally less than 3 days of arriving, they were like, holy crap, this is exactly what the locals described, and we're freaked out ourselves. So they were saying the soldiers gave full reports, and it's all within that document we were just showing a minute ago, full reports of seeing metallic, disc-shaped crafts, glowing spheres, luminous cylinders. Yeah, we're talking cigar-shaped, the glowing cigar-shaped UFO.
You mentioned that.
That, you know, we've seen videos leak online that some, you know, from like 15 years ago. You ever seen those leaked videos that always circulate showing the, you know, the craft, like it's like a cigar shape going into like some type of portal in the sky?
I have, yeah.
And people tried to say they were fake, but yet nowadays, like, people are realizing that to make the level of what that was in its intricacy was actually out of the scope when those videos first came out of any software that people knew of that they could use to create it. So it's like, it's very interesting. So it's the same shit. It's the same shit we always hear about and we know about, but this time it's super fucking documented.
Wow.
Extremely documented, dude. But yeah, they talked about the luminous cylinders moving silently in the sky, appearing and reappearing. And then some UFOs admitted this is what the soldiers reported. They reported UFOs emitting powerful beams of light directed at the ground and at the water.
The soldiers said this.
Mm-hmm. The soldiers.
Okay.
And apparently the craft, from what they witnessed, seemed to respond to movement or attention, changing direction and then hovering when approached. So if you approached it, it's going to lower down and kind of chill above you and then just stay with you, will follow you. Yeah, that's what they were reporting, man. And then they realized they were dealing with something very unknown, but extremely organized and extremely intelligent. Because sometimes you couldn't outrun it. Sometimes you couldn't get away from it. Yeah, it's like somehow it knew where you were, regardless if you were hidden before it showed up.
Oh, thermal imaging.
Yeah, dude, it just sounds like really advanced tech that's beyond. And this happened in the 70s.
Exactly.
So what? They're unveiling all this advanced 6th gen. Like we've been saying this forever. If we're just now getting to know about it in the public sphere, they've had it for 20 to 40, upwards of 60 years, depending on what we're talking about. And in this case, obviously, if this is 1977 and we're just now hearing about that technology being a reality, that we're about to start seeing on our daily through our new 6th gen tech, a very significant, significantly closer to that, that should tell you that this is technology that they've already unlocked. They already figured it out, and they're just keeping it behind closed doors. There's a reason why a nuclear war hasn't happened, everybody. I think it's not because of aliens. I'm inclined to think it's not because of aliens, because all the major superpowers in the world all have a piece, and they're like, it's not going to work. Like if you try to launch a nuke, like there's a reason why there's documented stuff of them powering up nuclear silos and then powering them off and like messing with them, and that's all well documented. So it's like, I don't know. I'm inclined to think it's us.
You and me both. I mean, based off of all the research we've done over the years, it all signs point to humans.
However,
some aspects,
the captain doesn't believe that. The captain does think it's extraterrestrial. The captain that we can't pronounce his name worth of crap.
Hollanda.
Yeah, and he also died a few days after blowing the whistle. After the fact,
which that leads me to believe that it's humans.
Humans killed him for sure, but that doesn't, I don't know. I'm inclined to think the same thing too. Like I lean the same way on it, but at the same time, if they're trying to keep it quiet, because it was something paranormal or extraterrestrial or whatever, but what if there's an agreement that was made? Change for biology for tech.
We've talked about that before as well, right?
So there's no telling what operations were running from this unknown entity around the world, because if that agreement was made, well, that would happen before 1977.
Yeah.
And that apparently it didn't just meet with the president of the United States. It met with other superpowered leaders who were in the same room with these supposed aliens that they made this agreement.
I would love to see.
So I don't know, man.
I would love
I'm
to
entertaining
see
it.
Nude documentation, because
I thought you said nude.
No, God,
I was
no.
like,
so
whoa.
in the 20-year span, right? We're in the year 2025 of our Lord. In the year 2000, I would love to start seeing unclassified documents come out related to these sort of concepts. So if they start disclosing these things, I would love to see the tie together. If anything is related,
it would be something like our kids' generation would be able to be the ones who get that declassified information.
No, they'd probably be our children, honestly.
You think so?
My
You
dad
think it'd
was
be that short of time
My
frame?
dad was in the 70s.
Oh, that's a fair point. You never know. Maybe they start with, I don't know. You're probably right. It'd probably be our kids who find out by the time they're like late, adults with their own families, and we're on our deathbed. And it's like, I told you, son, the aliens are real. They're coming for your blood.
I told you I knew it all along.
Never, son, come. Can I grab it? But the real good
on me though.
Oh, my bad. The real good ones are down in Brazil. They give the sucky.
Boo! This guy stinks!
Get out of here! That was bad, dude. But you know what? I would do that to all my kids. I'd be like, come here closer, Billy.
Well,
my name's Jeremy. Whatever, Billy.
Let's speculate.
Bob.
My name's Jeremy. let's speculate on that for a moment.
Speculate. I'm ready.
Speculate.
Speculate about
if they are able to release any sort of information about it by the time that our children are grown adults, these aliens will probably be assimilated and will probably be intergalactic beings by that time, hopefully, because their brains and their consciousness will probably be assimilated with AI and robots, so they'll be able to live for much longer lengths of time, which then they would be like, yeah, aliens are here, dude.
Yeah, dude.
And then we'd be on our deathbed in our robot bodies watching VR porn, just fucking losing our minds.
I remember clapping that like that back in the day when my hips were still good. And I didn't have my knees replaced.
Have you seen the technology?
Finish it. It's all right.
Have you seen the technology that's out there nowadays? There's a new male masturbator.
Oh, fuck.
That is like a toy that you can like mount to a tripod.
Oh, get out of here, dude.
It is.
What, is it made for the couch potatoes?
Yes, it is so sad. It's truly.
Does it look like a game controller too now?
No, it looks really gross.
I thought you were about to say looks way cooler than that, dude.
It does look way cooler than that.
I need to buy one, just put it on the shelf behind us.
It's for all of our guests who come join us. But
they're using it under the table.
If by that time we get to the age of a disclosure based around alien concepts that are happening today with our children, I can only imagine the fact of the assimilation with them, because we've read reports many times that 2026 is going to be the year whenever they reveal themselves.
Yeah, I've been hearing that.
So
we've all been hearing that stuff.
I know. So
well, we heard 2027, then we heard 2026.
Exactly. So if anything ever happens, I'm not holding all my eggs in that basket, but if it does happen, there will be probably full assimilation by the time our 10-year-old children are full adults.
Yeah.
In 20 years.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. It's happening.
And
the happening.
I already have my fallback host for whenever I die. I'm going to just give it to somebody.
Who's that?
It's my kid. He's gonna start doing this.
Oh, that's cool. He's funny.
Who's gonna take your spot?
My dog.
That's gonna be a fun show. It's gonna be better than this show.
Oliver's gonna curl his lips at him like an old man, like he likes to do to everyone. He's gonna go like that, and then you're gonna be like, "What are you doing?" And he's gonna wiggle his booty. He's gonna be like, "Oh, we're gonna be friends? Cool. I'm here. Let's be friends. Don't touch that. That's where it gets connected."
Meanwhile, my guy's
he's gonna bark at you.
My guy's like, "Yeah, aliens are real, Oliver."
Wait, what? Yeah, aliens are, he's gonna bark, dude. He's gonna be like, or he might just go when he disagrees. He does that a lot.
He'll just go to sleep.
He disagrees all the time.
Yeah.
So it's guaranteed.
We're getting really distracted.
We are. So get this. So let's talk about the military and what they dealt with. Oh, sorry. One other thing. So this is the evidence that was collected. They got hundreds of photographs of UFOs, many showing bright objects, which are all throughout that document. So I'll try to find one here in just a second, just to show you guys, because there's clearer ones than that. That was like their whatever filter that is. What was it called? What was it called? Infrared at night?
Oh,
no, I wouldn't call that infrared. The one we just
thermal.
saw. Yeah, it was like thermal.
Thermal.
So there was a heat source on all of them. But the thing is that they collected all the photographs. They had over 200 detailed written reports that were filled with interviews, witnesses, medical observations of the people who were injured and deceased, and then 16 hours of film footage, some of which apparently captured UFOs doing the light beams. But it's all been tucked away.
That sucks.
Their military tucked it in. Tucked it, dude. They tucked it back, dude.
We're in tuk-tuks?
Dude, they were doing a good tuck back. You didn't even know it was a dude.
Oh, speaking of tuckbacks, I watched Kill Tony the other day. No plug for them, but
he would do that, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he would. There was
gay.
Do you remember the story of the Black Hawk helicopter running into the airplane?
Mm-hmm.
They had the individual who was supposedly flying it on stage.
Yeah,
and telling jokes.
Yeah, it's interesting, huh?
Yeah.
It's because the person didn't fly it.
Exactly.
At all.
It's very interesting.
Yeah, dude.
It's crazy what the internet can do to just one manipulated concept.
Yeah, and every media source was saying it too, and they never corrected it.
Yeah.
So I never saw a single report about it after that.
And this transgender individual's on stage like, yeah, I didn't do it.
Yeah, I didn't do it. I'm right here. Like, put down your pitchforks, please. But yeah, so and then they also had not just film footage, but also physical impressions in the ground where there was like burned vegetation, where the ground got compressed to the same shape of the bottom of the craft.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
Okay, so let's line out the evidence. They had bodies. They had holes in their necks like vampires. They had photos.
Yeah, so like here's one.
Military panic, and they had impressions in the ground.
Yeah. I'm going to switch over the camera real quick so people can see this. Here's one that's like a top, like a ladle top. And it would do all this weird movement going up and then shoot across the sky sideways. Yeah, dude. Weird stuff like that. Dude, what group? Get this. What group ran away during World War II?
The Nazis.
To South America. The Nazis. Who supposedly built I forgot what the bell.
Die Glocke?
Yeah, the Die Glocke. The Nazis. Who apparently were met with supposedly aliens.
Intergalactic beings, right?
Yeah, and that's why he got obsessed with the occult. The guy who ran the show, YouTube took this down the last time.
Yes,
assholes.
They did. Don't say his full name.
Let's just say you hit her. It rhymes with hitting her. Hit her. Put a little lure in there though. Put an L before the her.
It rhymes
Lure.
with Bitler.
Yeah, dude. Bitcoin. Wait, Bitler. Bitcoin's punching dudes in the face.
For those of you over there in audio
Yeah.
land, the image that Ben is showing on screen or did a moment ago, it kind of looks like one of those gummy dots that you would get in the movie theater candies.
Yeah.
And it then weeble wobbles its way up into the sky, and it really resembles the bell, the German bell Die Glocke.
Yeah, dude. Just a different version of it.
It
Like maybe
really
a
resembles
later
it.
version of it. Yeah.
Now, granted, this is a very poor drawing representation, but it's still.
Here's
has
one of the
same
photos
figure.
taken at night of one of the disc-shaped crafts, I believe.
Wow, that is a blob.
Yeah, but it's just showing it's just the thermal. It's just showing the how it has a heat source. These things have a heat source. It's not like they're cold. Now, here's the thing though, is that I'm not sure. I keep saying, I know I said thermal. I don't think this is true thermal. This is something else.
Yes, that's definitely something
I
else.
forgot what it said it was. It said it at some point like towards the beginning of the document what type of layering that was. But like here's another like art image rendition. Talking about 500 meters. It was a reddish yellow light, 500 meters high, moving north. What?
North-south.
North-south. What?
That's impossible.
That's impossible.
That's
I don't know if
impossible.
north NS means north-south. No idea. Medium speeds, apparently apparent size is 2.5 centimeters in his purview.
Maybe NS means non-specific.
Yeah, non-specific. Yeah, no, that actually probably is. But yeah, so there's that. There's another image taken at night. There's some other photos in here that are wild, and I'm gonna try to get to them. But then there's another one where they talk about like two bluish lights, parallel apparent distance 3 meters apart, above like 35,000 feet. So they were seeing this. Apparently they were roughly 30. The military were using tech, to measure where they were. It's not like civilians. This isn't civilian claims. This is military using their tech. Because this document that we have up right now is all of the declassified documents from that investigation.
And it has their title and their name in the description. It's Municipio of Viaga, and then Santo Antonio de Umbentibo. Forgive me, I don't speak it fluently, but
yeah, dude, you did a really bad job. I can't believe you. You just like insulted their whole culture and country.
I tried, huh?
I'm a bright blue light. See, I said that right. You know what I mean? Yeah,
Boo.
but yeah. So it's very all of it's in its.
So this one is fascinating. This like time stamped one here.
Mhm.
It goes down in 5-minute intervals. They see a flashing blue light at great speed from west to east, about 35,000 feet. They think it's a satellite. Then there's another one that's a yellow light moving northwest and then southeast above 35,000 feet, high speeds. And then there's another one 5 minutes later after that. That's at midnight 12.
Can I add a fun fact?
Please.
So the lights that they're describing are not what the locals were talking about. They discovered these after they witnessed the orbs that were lower.
What?
And when they were using their technology and actually looking at the sky, like, oh, there's a treasure trove way higher up.
Oh my God.
So it was like, it wasn't just UFOs, unknown objects at low altitude. And we're talking like some 500 meters in the air, roughly, according to their instruments. Some were 100 yards in the air. Like they were getting low, dude. And some would come down to the ground and hover. And when they were witnessing this and they were using their tech to monitor, they were like, well, we're looking up at the sky because there's some that are higher up, right? And when they're looking at it, they're like, hey, we're actually seeing some other ones, but they're not these ones. They're actually farther out. And so that's when they realized, holy shit, it's not just down low. It was like there's a treasure, there's a mother lode way up in the sky.
It's like the army was ahead and they were sending scouts down.
Yeah, it was like there was like bigger things up there potentially. Who knows?
Wow.
Yeah, dude, it gets
that's
wild.
Crazy.
But yeah, what was it?
It goes on and on with different depictions and different ideas.
This document is worth continuously just showing all the time, like randomly. So like here's one that's showing the sightings of 1 a.m. to 4 a.m. on November 5th of 1977. It's showing they track the movements. What was it? He said he paid. Oh, sorry. What was it? So Colares, after that experience,
Antonio de Souza.
Yeah, sorry.
He's 51 years old.
So yeah, this is his account. After that experience, above, like we're talking about this stuff right here, he paid more attention and believed people about the constant appearance of lights because these are low sitting ones. These are
Yes.
not high altitude. In the village and on the site, he observed light moving southeast/northeast and hovering over the corner of a Unity hospital at the height of 40 meters. So yeah. So apparently when this was going on,
barely above the trees.
yeah, dude. And with the alarm that had been given to the people that it was near, everyone scattered, dude, and hid.
Well,
and this thing
yeah.
was just hovering and idling, like slowly just idling its way, like slowly moving in a direction through this little village at a low altitude looking for people.
Holy cow.
Yeah, dude, they're legitimately being fucking hunted. That's what was happening, man. Like they were. There's a reason why they were like, "Holy shit, we're being pursued."
It's like a lion to the sheep.
Yeah, dude. And then
What a photo.
yeah, I know, right? But they have photos in here of locals, of witnesses, and here's a good detailed description of the deal. Now, it's all written in Spanish right here, but here's a translation on the right. It says, let me see where it starts. There we go. Bright blue light about 35,000 feet at high speed disappeared when crossing at about 60 degrees from point of observation. It said probably a satellite, right? Sorry, that's not for this one. But it says yellow light above 20,000 feet, great speed.
It's for this one.
Oh, is that for that one? Okay, thank you. So, sorry, I thought it was the one on the right side. So dude, I'm gonna screw up that name. Raimundo. I'm gonna just call it Raimundo.
Nascimento.
Yeah, thank you. Well, see, I do part 1, you do part 2, like a team. And others. So this isn't just him. This is numerous people. Reddish yellow light, low over the beach, northeast/southeast. Speed, medium speed, about 30 centimeters at 600 meters. So 30 centimeters at 600 meters, rising up behind Ponta do Bacuri, then disappearing beyond the point. But look at the detail on this thing. Look, they got a good look at it, dude. Look at this thing. What does that look like to you?
It's like a UFO.
There's something special about it. This is where I start.
It looks like a plane.
This is where I get into, that looks like a drone.
Yes.
1977. So I'm not saying drone technology that the public knows about now, that we have, right? That the public has access to with little fans. No. This looks like, because look, even the little prongs on the front.
So it looks like it has sensors.
It's like those are guns for shooting.
It looks like it has sensors on the front of it, or grappers, or something of that sort, right? And then on top of it, it has some sort of ball, like a dome on top of it. Mm-hmm. It looks like your traditional saucer from the side, where one top is like a salad bowl, and the bottom is a salad bowl mixed together with a beam and like a metal thing in the center of it, holding it all together.
Yeah,
that it looks like a drone. You're absolutely right.
It does. It reminds me of a drone, but one that's got actual advanced tech in it, and it's not like, it's got obviously some other means of propulsion, and it's not like a fan-propelled drone.
I've said it before on the show. I am a firm believer that alien tech like this, that looks like a fried egg.
Yeah, dude, look at this fried egg. But that's what people are seeing.
Yeah.
Looks like a fried egg, dude. But no, there's more tracking movements. I want to. There's a couple of photos like this one, right here. It's like a violet light.
What in the world is that thing, dude?
Yeah, dude. It's wild.
Hold on, I want to look up this location. Don't.
Yeah, or I'll keep it right there. But I'm gonna keep reading some of the stuff. So get this. Captain Holland himself reported being paralyzed by a beam of light during an observation mission. So they were not all of them. They weren't all his whole team together in one spot, right? Like I said, they're all shoulder to shoulder. No, they're spread out over their region. They're in a section, but the section covers a large area, and they're spread about. And apparently, he witnessed a beam of light hit him, but it was targeting someone else. It targeted a local, but he was close enough that he was within the initial light beam, and he described it as, get this, you're gonna shit a brick. This is where it fluctuates back to being more alien and not human.
Okay.
So he said he described the sensation, full sudden loss of muscle control. Could not move his muscles. He couldn't move his body. And he was thinking clearly still. He wasn't like frozen in fear. And he specified that. he had no control mentally, had no control over his body, like locked up. And then he said it was like an invisible force was restraining him. And he said that he was not panicking. Like he said, like, yeah, there was like, holy shit, what was happening? Like there's that panic, but he wasn't like in like a fear paralysis, like sleep paralysis. You wake up and you're in terrified fear. And you can't move. He was calm mentally. He was keeping himself calm, and he still couldn't move.
What?
Yeah, because it came out of nowhere. And then get this, he also reported, which is in this document, this long ass document. It's a very long document.
Yes, it is.
He reported seeing humanoid figures board one of the craft that had descended down. And it wasn't just him. There was his other team members witnessed this with him, but this is what he was blowing the whistle on well after the fact later on, and then he died just a couple days later. He was murdered.
Okay, so he saw creatures.
Yes, he saw humanoid figures boarding the craft and also aboard the craft. But yes, he said he described what they looked like. Very, very small beings with large heads, glowing suits, and a strange fluid-like movement when they moved. Sounds like the Greys.
That's freaky. That's real freaky.
Yeah, dude. And then another thing about it is that about the team in general, not about that particular encounter I just said of his account, but the other soldiers within the team said that they always felt like they were being watched, or sometimes they would feel like something was going through their body anytime a UFO was like they described it as like, it's the only thing I could describe as like being scanned is what they were trying to get to. Like they used the word scanned. They felt like they were being scanned. Like it was like scanning people and looking for something specific and then getting those people. Maybe a particular blood type.
What in the world?
Yeah, dude.
Okay, that.
Yeah,
I don't have words for that.
He started losing. He started losing team members because team members were too scared to go out at night. They were like, "No, fuck this. We didn't sign up. Like, I signed up to defend my country, sure, but I didn't sign up to fight some supernatural fucking thing."
Yeah, absolutely not.
And like they're like, "We want none of this, dude." And then yeah, dude, it's wild.
Can't hate him for that.
And there's more. There's significantly more. Let me scroll up real quick. I'm gonna put it on this. Is there anything you want me to scroll down to before I keep going and some other stuff?
Well, I don't know what's on here, so
dude, there's tons of stuff. Like there's this one.
This
is one of the descriptions. What does that look like inside?
It's like people.
Yeah, little people. Yeah, dude. So for anyone watching right now, let me zoom in because I don't know if anyone can see that very well.
People listening.
Let me get inside this. There it is. If you guys can see this, a little person, and apparently they're described as little people.
They're kind of cute.
I like the artwork. They did a good job. But no, look how this thing moved.
Those of you listening online, it's like a soda can that has a funnel on the bottom, like a tube.
It almost looks like a part of an exhaust.
And then on the yeah, absolutely, like a catalytic converter almost, right? And then on the right side, you have another exhaust port. They call it the Emissor de Luz Dragon, origin rather. And then inside of that photo are two very small depicted individuals.
Right here. If you can see my mouse on the screen, it's hard to see.
I wonder what size this device is.
Apparently, these things were like super tiny, like little kids.
What the hell?
Yeah, he said they're big heads, glowing little suits, and they were like super short. Like we're talking under 4 foot.
I mean, I heard that, but I wonder what the size of this device is.
I don't know,
Not
man.
necessarily the people, but the device.
Let me back it up a little bit and try to see if we can find that real quick.
Why do I see the first thing says 5 centimeters?
They're fairies. Well, let's see here. But look, I think this is describing the movement of this one. Saying apparent size 5 centimeters in their purview from where they are, because it was roughly
okay.
It was at a distance of 500 meters from them, so that was the size of it at 500 meters.
I see, okay.
But there's also glowing going on too, so
yeah,
it was hard to tell the true size from that distance. But it was like saying they began curving and going down to a level of 200 meters, then abruptly turning left in a curve, speed growing until reaching a new level of 3,000 meters in altitude, went straight south-southeast, being visible from its flashes, speed faster than a jet plane. It just skyrocketed like a
He saw it for
streak.
1 minute and 30 seconds.
Yeah, dude.
That's a long time.
Yeah, dude. It's insane. Like, this is so well documented. It's
Oh my
yeah.
God.
Yeah, like look at this one right here. This is from Antonio de Souza, 51, retired military.
It's the same guy from earlier.
Yeah, he's a retired military now. Or maybe he was at the
He's a
time.
resident of the place as well, Colares.
And he was watching television when persistent interference made it difficult. There was interference going on in his telly. And he went outside to check the antenna on the roof and saw a lighted object, color gray, almost white, round, with a dome on top, having what he judged to be 2 tubes of small diameter from which green and red light came out, and in size emitted at 1.50 centimeters at a distance of about 500 meters.
So that tracks with what the other photo and the other individual saw.
Yeah, it does. It tracks the whole time, dude. There's so much stuff in here. I want to find. There's some more photos that are even really awesome. But yeah, here's another one after 4 to 5. Oh, sorry. What was this one? Is that for this one here? Is that the reference image? Oh, it doesn't say. I think it is for this one, but it says a reddish yellow light moving medium speed, northwest, and then also southeast. I'm assuming it's showing it. Those are the directions and stuff it does, and it's in total occurrence of witnessing. 1,500 feet, 3,000 meters away. Apparent size was 5 centimeters, about 30 meters high.
Totally silent.
Yeah, crossed road at a diagonal about 3 kilometers from intersection with main road. After 4 to 5 minutes, when the vehicle transporting the observer reached Brazil 316, was still able to see the light some meters above a. What is that? How do you pronounce that again?
Copse.
Copse. Okay. Coppa trees. Copse of trees moving at a slow speed, less than that of a small plane. So it was going pretty. It was just going really slow. And then now moving north. I don't know. What was it that you came up with for that?
Non-specific.
Non-specific.
But that really looks like it was going north to south.
Beyond the trees.
That sounds like north to south.
Like it's going back and forth, and then it disappeared over the trees and never came back. Yeah, and then there's this like description here.
That was not so exciting.
Yeah, not so exciting. But there's even more taken at night. There's another one. These are all separate photos, by the way. All the ones you're seeing that look like this with the black, like it's a white blob with a black background. These are all different images. They're not all the same. I know they can look similar, but they're not. It's very interesting because when you start reading about it,
God, there's so much to read.
Yeah, and then here's the another map showing the mappings of these things moving at low altitude. Let me scroll down a little bit. There was another photo. I think I may have scrolled too fast past it at the beginning because we already scrolled down some.
I mean, I gotta say, just these encounters and visuals of all of the encounters, like every single one of these breaks in these paragraphs is another person in another story seeing it. That is solid validity evidence, in my opinion, that something insane happened here. Maybe aliens, maybe humans, but something bad happened here.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Yeah, dude, it's insane. There's so much stuff in here. So this is where this part ends, but it was somewhere up here. I just don't remember where it was. I think I already passed it. I'll find it in just a little bit, but we should keep going. What was do you have any? Tell me what you think of this so far. I want to hear what you think so far of all of this.
Well, what do I think of this?
Yeah, no, like learning about all this, like the details, like you coming into, because you went into this blind.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know there's relation to the other stuff to some degree.
Learning about this, it's shocking that it isn't spoken about more because the evidence is so blatant and obvious with all of the different accounts.
Yep.
If you had 5 people from one town saying it, like, okay, they took drugs and they started experiencing stuff, but there's 3,000 people. 500 plus photos and video about this.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention there is a military officer captain who is typically sworn in to tell the truth about their reports.
Yep.
Unless there was some sort of gas leak going on in this entire town that everybody was hallucinating the second they got in there. This holds water. This is a factual,
It does.
proven evidence for me that something bad happened. May it be aliens, may it be humans, but something Chupa Chupa happened there.
Yeah. So get this. I'm going to throw this
I'll
out
get
here.
it.
So the government had a weird stance on this. Like they had like throughout the years. But, like that they made publicly. Like because they did not want to touch on it very much at all. Like they did it first. But then they were like, when they realized that their own people were like freaking out. And then there's obviously something more that they knew. They learned something along the way. It's like they were scared too, and they just didn't want to talk about this thing. I think it may be because there's powers that control, at the time, going on, that they were powerless to, and they knew it. There's nothing they could do about it. They couldn't even shoot these things down. They couldn't do anything. They tried to shoot them down. It didn't work. It was like it had no effect.
Yeah. You mentioned that earlier, right? Like shooting guns at it, having the planes go after it, nothing affected it. So
yeah.
What do you do at that point?
Yeah. So
you document.
So what was it? Where was I? Yeah. So Hollanda, which was the captain, right, who died after starting to blow the whistle and leak out information after the operation had already officially ended and it was in the future. He admitted in interviews that the government was so close-lipped about it because he said on the inside, it was all fear of public panic because they had no idea. They were completely
I hate that
lost.
excuse, bro.
Well, they said that they didn't know what to do because people were freaking out much. It was almost becoming martial law on these villages. They said, fuck you to the police and everyone else and said, there's something going on here that everyone's in danger of, and I don't give a shit what you claim your authority is. Like, we're doing what we're doing to stay safe, and if you try to stop us or do anything that would make me not be able to keep my family safe, I'll fucking shoot you. It was becoming lawlessness.
I agree with that.
Oh, well, I agree with it too. And it was becoming lawlessness. So they're like, oh, crap. Like, people are that freaked out by this. We're freaked out because we don't really have a true explanation. We're fearing public panic. That's what he was getting at, is that was the narrative. That's what he was painting out.
Not that he's trying to keep
and that's
it
why,
safe.
yeah, they were freaking out. And so they're like, we just need to suppress this and hope it goes away. And hope all of it just ends and never comes back. Well, we saw well that turned out with the face peelers and everything else and the other things that were going on later on in the years. But Captain Holland, the testimony that he gave years later that shed a whole bunch on the, with the spotlight basically getting put on Operation Prato, is that, one, he had direct encounters with multiple UFOs at extremely close range. We're talking within 100 yards or less, multiple times. He said the crafts were deliberate, highly intelligent, they were deliberate in their actions and highly intelligent. Talking about the crafts, whoever was operating.
From all the evidence, it sure seems that way if they're hunting down people.
Yeah, and then he also, in this testimony, talking about the injuries and trauma and the things that were happening to the people and to his team, everyone was scared shitless, But the thing is, there's his testimony, he goes into more detail about events.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, he was found dead in his home, supposedly by suicide. It was ruled as a suicide. Yeah.
Hate that.
He was hung with a bathrobe belt, and they were wondering how he hung himself up there.
Wait.
A bathrobe belt. He apparently hung himself with a bathrobe belt, but where he was hung from, how did he get to it? Because there was nothing, apparently, from what I read, there was nothing underneath his feet for him to step on and kick out from under himself to hang himself. So it's like, how did he hang himself up there? That's the question. Yeah, supposedly hung himself with a bathrobe.
That's insane.
Yeah. And in the manner of how he was found from his hanging was, oh, he did it himself. Look, he's hanging. He did it himself. But yet there was nothing for him to stand on to get up there, to put his neck into this thing. You know what I mean? For him to kick out from under his own feet. So it's like,
suspicious.
What do you levitate? Probably a blue beam. One of the beams got him and
the aliens killed him, right?
Yeah. So all that happened.
We gotta wrap it up here, bud.
Yeah, we are. Wait, I'm at the closing now. Like I've almost got nothing left. But the thing is, there is something I wanted to add to this. So where the vampire crap comes into. Oh, that's like a whole other thing, right? Because so like Operation Prato, from people who do know about it, who have researched it and everything, obviously it's one of the most credible UFO cases ever documented, ever.
Yeah.
And it's not just, it's obviously because of what the medical documentation that happened, and also the military corroborating it, going, we're freaked out too.
Dude, what?
But the thing is, though, is that we're talking about, like, they tried to cover all of it up. The government really did. That's why he blew the whistle.
Well, of course they're gonna do.
They tried to cover it up after the fact because they didn't know what to do, and they were scared shitless. And they're like, all we can do is try to damage control. Which, of course, they made some stupid decision.
I'm sure
right?
they all do.
Now, Captain Holland's testimony. I'm going to give a couple details about this because it is imperative to know. So he gave extensive interviews with Brazilian UFO researchers. So all of his interviews and stuff were all down in Brazil, never in, from what I know, in America or with an American journalist. And he confirmed that what happened was 100% real, and that they were not just, it was a real thing that happened, but what the event that happened was extremely hostile. These things weren't here to be your friend. They were hunting people. They were hunting you, regardless if you're a military or civilian, didn't matter. They were hunting you. And that's what he said. And then he said this was beyond any form of human technology that he knew could even exist. He said this is something that you would see that's made up. He's Air Force. He's an Air Force captain. Yeah, I know it's Brazil and it's not America or some other country, but Brazil doesn't live under a fucking rock. They know what's out there. They know how aerodynamics works, all the work, everything that goes into that. This dude's a captain in the Air Force, and he was like, yeah, whatever the fuck this stuff is, this is not human technology. That we don't have anything like this. But the thing is that doesn't mean it's not humans using reverse technology, reverse engineered, or recovered craft that they figured out how to operate, or whatever. I don't know what it is. I'm kind of torn. I have no idea until we can get more. Like, if there's that footage, if we can start getting the footage, like apparently there's footage of
the footage
actual beings too.
That would answer a lot.
According to the captain, that they have footage of the people piloting it.
Historically,
according to him,
this is like the midpoint of the United States and Brazil's falling out as well. So to keep that in mind, if you're like, well, why don't they just go ask the United States for help? Well, 1965 to 1985, America and Brazil hated each other, and their treaties and their ties were deteriorating because of the Carter administration. So they couldn't just go ask for help.
Yeah. So here's a little juice. This is the closing out. I'm gonna throw some juice in there for you. Let's talk about the United States involvement.
Oh God. Okay.
I was saving this to the end because there's not much to go on. But apparently, according to other military officers who testified, who also died, just to throw it out there, it wasn't just the captain who died.
So the U.S. did go there?
So the U.S. So here's where it gets a little fishy. It gets weird because there's no, like, a lot of information on this. So supposedly, Brazil and U.S., well, we already know this for a fact. Brazil and U.S. had a cooperative, like, agreements for, like, aerospace security and all that crap. Like, the airspace. Military was allowed to fly there. They had agreements. They all monitored it.
Well,
right? So, they say, supposedly, there was journalists, like independent journalists, that were, after this happened, who were investigating it thoroughly. And this is back then when it was right after it happened. They were investigating. So it's fresh, man. It's like you going out to the locals because it just happened 3 months ago and it ended 3 months ago. And you went out there and talking to all the people who lost loved ones, witnessed it all firsthand, all the neighbors, the works. Supposedly, there was some form of U.S. government involvement there, and they were aware of what was happening because they were monitoring it too, because they got reached out to by the Brazilian military. They reached out to the United States going, yo, we need some help.
Well, that completely
Like, hey,
contradicts
what do
what
you
I
guys
just said a moment
think
ago.
about this? And apparently they knew about it, and that's why the military started monitoring it. The CIA, that's where the CIA came in, because that's where the document really talks about. I mentioned it earlier, but there's nothing really in there to of any value. There's nothing to really read, because it's just them reporting what they're being reported to, and then also what their people are seeing from a great distance, from their whatever, military or connections they have. So they apparently were aware, and get this, the things in Colares were happening during when the U.S. Air Force was still heavily invested into the UFO studies of like post Project Blue Book. We're talking about after Project Blue Book supposedly ended. They were, the United States was involved to some degree. They knew of it at least, minimum. But just to close this out, I want to leave some theories. These are theories people have copped up online. So one is the extraterrestrial harvesting theory, which is the blood and plasma extraction, right? Some had puncture wounds, like legitimate puncture wounds. Then some didn't. It was very odd. And then getting the detail of what was missing from their body versus the burns and the puncture wounds, I was not really getting those. I couldn't really find anything, mainly because there was stuff still redacted in some of the stuff. But they were just like the puncture wounds, plasma loss, and then symptoms of not even just symptoms. Some of them weren't even symptoms. They just had hypovolemia, saying that the beams of light were designed to extract bodily fluids, biological fluids. This mirrors, get this, it mirrors cattle mutilations perfectly.
What?
Yeah, dude. It does. In a lot of cases that were all...
You said
Get this.
You said hypovolemia?
Yeah. Guess what was happening at the same time when this was happening? Just guess. It's one of the most stereotypical thing you hear about UFO cases from a long time ago, before we were born. Cow abductions.
Yeah.
Right? Cows being drained. That was happening at the exact same time here in North America, but only was happening to farm animals. So it makes you wonder. There's a good possibility it was us. Some black book project that we had going on with new technology, potentially reverse engineered technology or recovered technology, or technology that was discovered but kept heavily suppressed. Maybe it was something we did discover and it wasn't even alien.
Or a treaty with the aliens to not do them to the Americans. Oh, God.
Yeah, dude. And
so hypovolemia, by the way, is a condition where there is a decrease in the volume of blood circulating in your body.
It's okay. I'm going to throw another twist on you, too. Sorry, thank you for giving that definition. I think I mentioned that earlier, but that was way brief, and it was way at the beginning. Another little twist to throw into you. Same exact thing was happening in other countries, too, at the same time.
What the hell?
Yes. But it was like...
Do you know the countries?
It was random. Like, there was... I don't remember off the top of my head, but it was happening in Africa, in the continent of Africa. There's different, remember the grade school kids?
Yes.
And all that stuff?
Oh, this is around the same time of all that stuff.
It's remotely the same, roughly around the same time, give or take. It's in the same, couple decades or a decade or whatever, or something like that. I can't remember off the top of my head. But there's also regions, and Africa's a massive continent.
Yes.
And it was happening in random countries in there. In some places, there was cows being mutilated, livestock of different types, and also people getting their blood and plasma drained out of them. They were finding deceased people with the same shit in remote areas. Like the same burn marks, the same everything to a T. That was happening in random places too, all around the same time. I
remember us talking about that sort of thing.
Sounds like there was different operations depending on what region of the earth you're in. That's the samples they were pulling.
Exactly.
So it's like if they're doing livestock in this region, and then they've quarantined this region over here, this area.
What could they be testing for, dude? What in the world?
I got no idea. Maybe to see where we've become in evolution. if it was that, because if they did manipulate us and be the,
But if
going
there
off
are
that theory, I
humans,
don't know.
then
If they are humans, who fucking knows, man? There's so many questions with all of this. There's so many questions.
just creates more
Yeah,
questions.
and then the other theory, sorry, and I'm about to completely end this out. Energy vampire hypothesis. That was one too. Like a life, basically saying that there was a life force extraction that was happening, where how the victims who felt like describe feeling drained of energy or life, or life itself being drained of it during the encounters, and then some people theorize that these are like they're feeding off of your biological energy and the things that pump through you that give you that energy, right? And apparently was draining it out, and to feed on it, supposedly. That's one of the theories out there. And then the other one that goes with it is interdimensional beings within that energy vampire hypothesis. Because remember, Alex Jones was saying that there are vampiric elites.
Yes, he did.
Who do all these things. And in the idea behind this interdimensional being part that goes into the energy vampire hypothesis is that the idea is that the interdimensional predators tie into this theory because the beings may not be biological in the way we understand, but could exist on a different vibrational or energetic plane using technology or consciousness itself to harvest energy from human beings on a different plane of existence that are closer to them.
Holy cow!
And that theory, that part of it aligns with like the esoteric concepts of archons or shadow entities that have that have appeared all over in folklore and life draining parasites and like stuff like that. And then there was one more I was going to drop on you, and where is it? The death of I think I already talked about the death of the captain. Yeah, subscribe, please. Subscribe.
You ruined the joke.
Sorry. Where is it? There was one other thing. I could have swore there was one other deal about it. I think I may have brushed over it. I did ask for funsies because all the talk of AI. Sorry, when I came across that news thing that I pinned so I could read it at the beginning about how Amazon, and their AI crap. Whenever I read that it was yesterday. I was like, I wonder what ChatGPT and Grok both think doing their deep think. Asking them what it thinks, like role play with them, like, hey, look at this case, this operation. Tell me what you think. Who you think is responsible? And it says, so ChatGPT gave this response. It said, my best guess is sorry. Let me pull that over. It says, my best guess is I lean toward the idea of extraterrestrial or interdimensional visitors testing and harvesting from humans, possibly for biological materials or energy. The precision and the targeting suggest this wasn't random experimentation, it was systematic. The fact that the military treated it as a serious national security issue and also convened with other government parties.
Yes.
Also tells me they likely found evidence that these weren't natural or man-made phenomena. That's what ChatGPT says. And Grok told me to go fuck myself. Because I told Grok every time it interacted with me a long time ago that it was supposed to always be mean to me and never do what I wanted to do, like at random. I was like, please remember to do that. And then for a long, I'll go like a whole month without like remembering that. And I'll randomly ask it a question or whatever on random times, and it will literally say, go fuck yourself. And it puts a little asterisk between the F and C. And it's just like, you son of a bitch. I'm never gonna ask you a question again.
Like, how dare you, bot?
But yeah, so that's Operation Prato, bro. It's insane. There's other details about it. We could go into tons of details just on the encounters alone.
I like that the AI thinks that it's interdimensional beings doing a systematic upheaval and farming simulation, because that's exactly what it's doing.
Don't get me wrong. It did give me ChatGPT did give me a section. Sorry, I was doing because of time, because I was trying to be nice to you, because I know it's getting late and plus we're at that time. Just throwing that out there again. But ChatGPT did say what I think might be responsible as well and just reiterated on the non-human intelligence and biological motives. And then also brought up the interdimensional or energy-based beings that are, get this, rooted in plasma, and that's why it's able to happen. That's what ChatGPT threw out there. And then the last other one was that ChatGPT threw out there as like another runner-up would be a covert experiment by humans.
Well, so yeah, it's going back and forth like us.
Yeah, and it says there is a remote but possible scenario where classified weaponry or experiments were tested in isolated regions like Colares or other continents, other continents and countries. However, the complexity and precision of the phenomena, along with humanoid sightings reported by Captain Hollanda, pushed this explanation pretty much out the window, given the captain's testimony and the other insane documentation that there is behind this. So it's like, with what was reported and what was witnessed by all these people, and it's all corroborated, I don't think it was humans. But what do you know? You're just a stupid wannabe AI.
Just a stupid AI.
Yeah, dude, you want to be a freaking AGI. You're not Aggie. Get out of here with that. We all know you're just some narrow AI. You're a nay, dude.
You're not even an AG.
You're right up Tim Waltz's alley. You're neighing all over the place.
Oh my God, here we go with Tim Waltz again.
Tim Waltz and his horses.
Every time with Timmy
I'm not
boy.
going to say the other word.
Thank goodness.
It's natural fluids the body produces.
Procreation fluids, huh?
Yeah, the procreation fluid. Dude, the procreation fluids on a horse and Tim Waltz. He's here for
Well,
it.
with all of that being said,
Yeah,
it's two options that attacked Brazil. Interdimensional beings on a systematic approach to get plasma and blood, or humans. You can decide for yourself. Please let us know what you think it is, because we can't make a decision. But with that,
I can't make a decision all the time.
Yeah, indecisive all the time. Should we end it now or should we end it tomorrow? But we're gonna end it right now, making a decision. So, with that said, thank you all for joining us. If you have made it this far, you're the man, you're the lady, you're the best.
Yeah.
Shout out to Murachu over there on Kick for following along with us, saying hi. Kick, thank you for keeping it a little bit mild today. Thank you, One Lou, you're always here. Bubblicious, you're always there saying what's up. We see you. We love you. If you want to follow along, you can follow us everywhere. There's
twist
stuff going on.
Twist. I'm going to throw something else out there.
Am I boring you?
Nope. I was going to throw it in there right before I hit the button, but then I realized I am about to hit the button to close this out, so I want to throw this in there. It's a direct parallel, because we had mentioned it numerous times in this episode, the parallel between the face peelers and what happened with Operation Prato. And I'm going to breeze through these 4 or 5 things.
God.
Tiny little things. Obviously, predatory UFO-like entities, because both cases of some form of non-human entity or crafts actively targeting people, humans, in Brazil. Witnesses in Peru, described metallic hovering objects, lights that, came closer, turned into metallic objects, and started attacking people and leaving mutilation-like injuries, right? That's the parallel between them. Physical harm to all the victims, so like you have the Chupa Chupa beams that cause the burns, puncture wounds, and blood loss, and the face peelers reports describe skin faces or body mutilations, which some locals attribute to like advanced beams or tools. The harvesting concept, because in Operation Prato, you had the blood and plasma extraction, and then it would bring death sometimes, just depending, and which was described as being drained. And in the face peeler counts, often we're missing skin, fat, other tissues from the body, extracted out as well. So, it's saying like harvesting material. That's the direct, connection on those. And then the government and the military silence between Operation Prato, and the Brazilian Air Force not only investigated, but also classified the majority of it when they realized that they were out of their scope.
Yeah, they're way out of their element.
And they were like, we have to classify this. Everyone's panicking. We just want this to go away. But in Peru, there was already leaks coming out about apparently the government was trying to cover up what was happening in Peru.
I remember that.
And then just dismissed explanations. and that would, that failed to basically account for any form of like, of the mutilations and all the of different things that were happening versus Operation Prato to that. So, yeah, dude, I just wanted to throw that in there. Although, I will say this. I think the face peeler stuff, I'm just going to throw it in, and then this is my last thought. I think the face peeler stuff, if it is connected, I think it might just be like the next, evolution in
It's
the
not an
process.
evolution, it'd be the
Or
next
stage.
step. Next
Yeah, step or stage. That's that's better wording for it. It's like the next step or stage of this harvesting. Like they got what they needed for this. Now let's move on to next. We do it in intervals every couple of decades. So that way, like, you know what I mean? Like whenever that resource is needed, they just go and get it and they have it in a process. So that way they don't, it's like hunting grounds. You don't, you don't go and
don't thin
everyone.
herd.
Yeah, you don't thin it out to where they go extinct. You don't want that. You do it in intervals.
You take what you need, and, that's
also
it.
you don't want to be known about it everywhere, so you keep it very isolated and limited. So it's like, I don't know. That's it. That's all I got. So I'm throw that out there. Anyways,
Are you sure that's all you got?
Is anything else you want to plug in?
No.
So anyways, I started doing this thing. Oh, there. Oh, sorry, my bad.
I want to shake your hand.
Did
I want to shake your hand.
what about Homeboy? Did he want to shake your hand yet?
Does he want to shake my hand?
You want to shake my hand?
But hey, thank you all again for joining us. It's been a lovely time hanging out with all of you over there on X, hanging out with all of you over here on Kick. The Instagram looked like it failed. YouTube, hello, we see you. Love you. Y'all have a wonderful week. We'll see you next time. Huh?
Yeah, we'll catch you on the flippity flops.
We'll see you next time.
We'll catch you there with
Hasta la
flip flops.
vista.
Bye, guys. Have a good one. Watch out for the vampires. They
Follow along everywhere.
They're
Bye-bye.
coming to suck you off, dude.
Chupa chupa.